minutes after 8 as the kids go off to school this morning. You got to think about their eyes. Hopefully a lot of them had eye exams. Dr. Kirsten Albrecht is here with us from My Eye Doctor. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Let's talk about kids' eyes as they go back to school, because as John was saying, he would have to squint to see the blackboard, yes, but now it's squinting to see the devices.
Yes, we have phones, we have iPads, we have tablets, we have computers, so all day kids are on the school as well as adults, but obviously right now with back to school, we're concentrating on those kiddos and what we can do to best protect their eyes.
Now, if parents haven't had their kids go through an eye exam before they get back to school, is that something they really should try to do as soon as they can?
Yeah, as soon as we get back into that back to school season, they're going to start to notice some eye strain potentially and get tired, might lose attention a little bit more. All of those types of things can indicate that it's important to have that annual eye exam for kids.
Is it the same as John was talking about, the squinting? I mean, if they're looking at their devices and squinting, is that the only indicator of a problem, or is it tougher with devices because they're so close to our eyes?
Yeah, absolutely. So with the devices, we can get eye strain, we can get visual fatigue, we can get headaches. They can start to, like I said, lose attention a little bit because it's becoming hard for them to focus. They may not know how to verbalize that, you know, they're having a hard time seeing things or being able to concentrate for long periods of time.
Yeah, I even find myself when I'm sending, say, a long email on my phone and
right,
my eyes are on my phone for
right,
too long, I look up and it takes you a minute to readjust.
Yes, luckily that's a problem more with adults, but kids can certainly have that too, and it can indicate that there's undiagnosed visual disorders like nearsightedness especially.
So all of these things fixable if they get the right eye doctor and go through the right appointment?
Right. You know, at places like My Eye Doctor, we are going to go ahead and evaluate their full ocular health, but most of the time we can fix it with either with glasses or with some visual therapy exercises, something like that to help.
That's at least a relief for parents to
yes,
know that there is help for sure. Are you seeing, I remember when I was a kid, like it was sort of cool to have glasses. Do you still see
yes,
that a lot? Do kids come in, I can't see, and they want to think because they just want glasses?
Right, right. So we see that a lot more now because
yeah,
glasses are a fashion accessory more
right,
than they ever have been. And so kids, what they're going to do is that sometimes they'll try and cheat the system, but we're usually able to tell. We're either to work with them and be able to figure it out. You know, we're mainly able to figure out what's the best way to go ahead and help them with their vision with the digital devices. We want them to keep it, you know, about 20 inches away versus, like you said, being really, really close to their face a lot of times.
And is there concern, quickly before we go, that these devices now are going to give kids eye problems later in life that maybe you and I don't have?
Yeah, so nearsightedness is something that kids can get a little bit more frequently when they're using their digital devices. And so we can do things like make sure they watch their posture, make sure they take something called the 20-20-20 rule, making sure they look out in the distance at least 20 feet away for 20 seconds, about every 20 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
Get them outside. The Vision Council shows that they're about 23% less likely to develop myopia or nearsightedness if they spend a good amount of time outside.
Kirsten, thank you so much.
You're
good to
welcome.
see you, and great advice for your kids as well as we go through the school year. We'll be right back. It's 8:15. Stay with us.